You don't even know. I was lucky. I was going on and on about something for the video, and then I looked down and saw it wasn't recording, and I was only 40 seconds in. I'm glad I noticed before I went on and on and on and got to the end and went to push stop and it was not going. Anyway, that's where we're at. So I'm here to tell you today about Tuesday, what happened. It was a big day, man. It's not every day that a guy in a wheelchair who can't walk or stand or lift much gets the opportunity to put on two wheels and to drive. All right. So Tony talked to me about this, I think in January, and so we went forward that we were going to pick a day and we were going to go for it. She was here for about an hour. We were talking, reminiscing, and then at the end she said, "You want to try and ride a bike?" And I said, "Well, yeah, of course I do," because most of the people that know me know that I've been around motorcycles and racing and all that for the majority of my life. I can remember Dad building Scott Goodyear's go-karts, sort of thing. So I've been around racing my whole life. So when she offered the opportunity to ride a bike, I thought to myself, I got this, man. I know the physics of how motorcycles work. I'll even tell you, I look like a tool telling people that. Man, I get it. I know once a bike is in motion, it's going to stay in motion. It's going to want to stay going forward and all that. All I got to do is hang on, right? Right? That's all. So for 5 months, I had that in my head. I did workouts, right? I was lifting some weights to help the arms and stuff, and the upper strength. And I'm working out, and I'll sit on the edge of my chair to simulate sitting on a motorcycle seat, and I'll reach out and put my hands on the ledge of the counter to simulate handlebars. And I'm like, man, see, I got this. This is just gonna. I got it, man. I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go. And then I start watching rainy videos of him on the GP bike. And man, he's just cruising along, and like it looks like second gear behind everybody, and everything's fine. Okay, so this is the idea I had in here. So I wake up in a good mood, then me and Kieran get in a bit of a headbutting competition that carries over into the car. There was a point in the car on the way there I said, "Look, man, just turn around. I don't want to do this anymore. I want to go back. You've pissed me off. I'm in a bad mood now. I don't think I can do it." Better or cooler heads prevailed. We never made it back home. He turned around though. Called my bluff, I guess. And then I was like, "No, man," because then it starts going in your head. And, somebody's committed to me here. I got to get going. I got to go with this. So I said, "No, man, just take me." I'm fucking pissed off dad. And with a pissed off kid driving, it was great. So we calmed it down. We took the 115 to Bowmanville, went up Liberty to whatever it was, Concession 20, along to Mossport. We got there. We went in the track. I love going into racetracks. Like, you just roll in and it's just like, there's the paddock and the pits and everything, and you roll over, and it was, we went under the track and, to get through. And then we roll into the lower paddock, and there's Tony and her crew all set up with another rider, already in outfit, and I was 5 minutes early, I think, and I was being outdone already. So we get there. I'm not nervous, right? Because I got this. I understand physics, man. I understand. All I got to do is stay on, right? Right? And so I'm good, man. I'm like calm. I'm peaceful. I'm ready to go. I'm excited. We start talking, Tony and I, and everything. And she shows me the leathers and all that. We get everything put out, and the riders meeting was going to happen, so I had to get dressed and all that. And so took two people, including myself, to get dressed. That should have been a warning sign right there. No. because I was excited and everything was going on. Tony was pulling out all the equipment and everything, and I was getting excited because I'd never put on a set of leathers. Man, you guys that know me, I've been around racing forever, man. I wanted to be Freddie Spencer. I wanted to be Wes Cooley. I wanted to be Art Robbins. But I'd never worn a set of leathers. So here I am. I'm all in my get-up now. My leathers. I got my boots on, and the leathers are on and done up. I got the back protector. I got the gloves, right, and the helmet and everything. And I look like a badass dude. I look like a dude who knows he's just going to get on and go, right? Confident, all that kind of stuff. So we talk about we're going to work on some throttle control to begin with and everything. I'm like, throttle control. Yeah, okay, let's do it. I'm excited. So we go over, and I am in my chair, and then Kieran and Mac, one under each arm and leg on either side, and they lift me up and they put me, and the second my left ass cheek touched the seat, I was like, oh no, this is not what I thought. Because if you know me, you know that my hips don't sit flat, right? My hips have a tilt up on the right, so it goes up on the right and forward. And so I sat down, and they put me down. My left cheek grazed the edge of the seat and went down the side, and then my right cheek, which is higher, finally made contact. You also don't know that my hip is right up on the right, but my spine also curves to the right. So I'm sitting with my unflat hips, and I can't find balance because they're not flat. And I'm starting to really get upset in my head. Nobody knows, right? Because only I know that I got this. Physics, in motion stays in motion. All I got to do is hold on. And so I'm keeping it all together. Nobody really understands yet. But it was practicing throttle control. Yeah, let me tell you. This ring, ring, ring is really easy when you don't have a throttle in your hand. All of a sudden, I've got spring tension, and it's not ring. It's like, oh shit. Okay, so now I can't sit, and that was the first rev. It was like, oh jeez. And I let it off, and in my head, I'm like, dude, this is not good. You've put yourself in a position here. But you got this, right? In the back of my head, I'm going, no, you don't. Oh, so I'm wigging out. Now, luckily for me, the people that are doing this for me were on the ball a little more than I am. Maybe better quick thinkers than I am, because I'm out of touch now. I haven't worked in a long time. So the first thing we do, we get eventually I kind of get a little bit better with the throttle. I can crack the throttle open and hold it where it's idling, like, and then eventually goes, because my hand makes it go open more. And we're like, okay, you got this then. I'm like, yeah, I've got it. It's no problem. Okay, so now I'm sitting and okay, we're gonna try and go. So now here's guy sitting on a motorcycle who's all off-centered, cocked, right? He's falling off the right side, sitting on his right hip that's higher than his left hip, and he's twisted towards the front on the right. And they're like, okay, let's do this. And so we got a guy holding Max holding my shoulder, Kieran's holding my shoulder, and I think Tony was behind me. And she pushes it in gear. All right, so I start to accelerate. I think I went 3 inches, and the bike went left, and started to fall over. And they all caught me, and that happened about 5 times. I think we got maybe 30, 40 feet, and then I think I fell over. I think, It was traumatic, man. All right, so we get me back after the first one. We all realize Steve is over his head. Maybe everybody knew that before. Well, everybody except me, because I got this. I know physics stays in motion. Just gotta hold on. And so we park. They lift me off, put me back in my chair, and I'm beside myself. I'm like, this is bad. This is so bad. I'm wasting people's time. And I'm freaking out a little bit. But Tony's a smart lady. She's like, all right, well, what are we going to do? We're going to have to do something to keep you propped up right. And she goes, I got it. And she disappears into the trailer. And so I'm sitting there, I'm talking with Mac, and I'm talking with Kieran and everything, oh, yeah, man, you did all right. And in the back of my head, yeah, it was fun. And I'm like, no, it wasn't. I fell off, man, and I can't drive it. I was going to do this. It was going to be amazing. It was going to be awesome. Wayne Rainey, reincarnate, man, right here. I was just going to go drive around, and it was going to be great. And inside, I'm not happy. I'm really disappointed in me for overestimating what I could do. You would think after 35 years of having this disease and watching everything leave, I would understand how my body works. But the excitement and anticipation and everything, I guess, kind of skewed my vision of what was going on. So Tony comes out. Tracy, the other person that was there, she goes out and she's following Mac around on the other bike. Man, she's doing great. She's just great. It looked like she wanted to pass her, and like we're cheering her and everything. It was great. Then she comes back in, and well, hey, it's Steve's turn again. And I'm like, oh gosh, oh yeah. So they lift me back onto the bike, and now I'm telling everybody, look, man, guys, my hips are tilted forward and up, and so now people are starting to understand. And they go, it's okay. They wrap the tie downs underneath my shoulders. One going to the left and one going to the right. So they're kind of like outriggers, I suppose. And Kieran grabs it, Matt grabs one, and Tony's standing with the front wheel between her legs, holding me up. And Tony's just great. She was so enthusiastic and energetic about stuff. I'm glad she didn't know inside I was dying. Well, you do now, but I was defeated. But Tony's positivity, my God, and everybody's positivity was incredible. Like, the encouragement was excellent. So the next ride, I got the guys on either side. Tony's sitting in the front there with the wheel between her legs, and so I let go of the gas so she can put it into gear. So she puts it into gear, and she's like, are you ready? And I'm like, yep, let's do this. And so I accelerate. She gets out of the way. Before I accelerate, after she gets out of the way. And I take off. And it's better, right? It's better because now maybe I want to fall off to the right because of my spine, but Mac is pulling me to the left and Kieran's pulling it. So I'm up. But now I've run into a different problem because they have to run beside me. Right? And I'm worried, oh man. So I take off. And it's wobbly and everything, but I start figuring out how it's working. Because the real problem was I couldn't get going fast enough for my idea to work, right? All I got to do is stay on. If it's in motion, it'll stay in motion. Well, when it's in motion at 5 kilometers an hour, it doesn't take much to kill the momentum. And so as soon as the front wheel starts to turn, the bike slows down because I'm starting to wig out and I start to fall. And so they run in and grab me. And that was the speaker. I was listening to music. And they grabbed me. And I think I went to the end of the paddock and then stopped and almost tipped. Then we turned me around and I went back, right, with the guys running. And my problem was I needed to go faster. I knew I needed to go faster. And every time I accelerated, I was pulling the guys with the tie downs. And so it was pulling me back off the bike. And I didn't want to make them run too fast. But I started to notice when I'm slowing down and the bike starts to churn and want to fall. All right, dude, just give it some gas. And it straightens itself out. And I'm like, oh, you should have known that. But I started to get more confidence. And then we got back, and I fell over, right? I rode all the way back from where we stopped, all the way back to where the bikes were parked. And when I got there, I tipped over. Mac missed me. He was supposed to catch me, but he didn't. But that's okay. Then we got a video of me on the ground with elbows down and all that kind of stuff. My Marc Marquez leg up in the air, trying to save it. You can't save it when you're already on the ground. But we got back, and I was encouraged because that ride actually went somewhere. And so we relax. It's lunch. Everybody eats and does their thing. We're talking and everything. I believe Tracy went out again after me, and then we ate. Okay. And that doesn't really matter, the order. Just shit like this happened. So Tracy goes out. She does her thing, and we're watching her. And it's her third time, and she's dragging her knee. And she's going in circles, dragging her knee. And it's like, yeah, it was wicked just watching her do it. And we're all cheering and screaming. And so everybody's like on a high note. And she comes back, she rides in, and she's all smiles, and we're all smiles, and we're like, yeah, hell yeah. Right? And then they're like, all right, Steve, it's your turn. And I'm like, hell yeah, motherfucker, let's do this. And so we roll over, they roll me over, and pick me up, they put me on the bike, got my feet on the foot pegs, arms on the grips, or hands on the grips, arms on the grips. Tony puts her in gear, and in my head I know now, I need to get speed. So I take off for the best run yet. I believe I went all the way to the end of the paddock, turned around, and came back. Didn't fall, didn't stop. I did it. And it was awesome. Like, it was awesome. Like, I was still pulling the guys along behind me, and it felt like I was being pulled off the back of the bike. Ideally, what I should have done is just told them to let go and let me drive. If I fall off, I fall off. But it probably would have worked. Because I know physics. I know if it's in motion. All I got to do is stay on, right? In motion, stay in motion. But I got back, and it finished. And they took me off the bike, and it was like, hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Everybody was like stoked. It was amazing. We were all smiles. Bob Price was there. I forgot Bob Price was there from the very beginning. Thanks, Bob. Like, that was wicked for you to be there. And it ended, right? We were all done. We all did our rides. It was completely over. I made new friends. I've been charged for days, man. Like, I'm ready to go. I've looked into the tandem skydiving. I found a place in Ohio to do it. So now I just got to raise some money, and I've got somebody already said they'd take me down. So that's going to be the next adventure on my hit list. We'll see what happens. But this was one of the most incredible experiences of my life. Brought to you by the wonderful people of my past. Like, I grew up at the track with the best people, the absolute best people, innovators, creators, fabricators, raisers. They were amazing. They are a special breed of people, really. And I'm thankful for all of them. And I'm thankful for you for watching my video. Even though it was a lot of blah, 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 blah. And I got this. In motion, stay in motion. But it worked out. And my life has been enriched and blessed. And I hope it blesses the Supersonic Motorcycle Road Racing School for letting me do it. All right, well, we're hitting 1930 now. That's a long talk. But thank you. And I just want you to know, man, if you're disabled in any way, don't give up. There are people out there that'll help you, right? There's people out there that get joy from helping people, right? And the joy that you experience from the help is awesome for them. So accept help from people. You can do it, right? Anyway, peace. Love y'all.